Welcome back and a special welcome once again to our TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. Residents of St. Elizabeth have been forced yet again to pick up the pieces after the devastating impact of a hurricane. Hurricane Melissa made landfall on Monday as a Category 5 system, decimating infrastructure and claiming lives. The police have confirmed that 5 people were killed during the passage of the hurricane in St. Elizabeth, 4 men and 1 woman. Meanwhile, the parish remains without electricity, which is impacting the telecommunications services. Our reporter Kalisha Williams is in St. Elizabeth and now reports.
So it is now 2:41 and I am reporting from St. Elizabeth. I'm actually in Junction right now. It's the only place we can get a little signal, and even then it's not stable. I think right now I'm physically okay, but just mentally exhausted. Looking at the damage and devastation all around, it's a lot, especially in the Treasure Beach area. The roads are just, I don't know, it's hard to even describe what we're seeing on the road. Not even potholes, but craters. You can see where the roads crumbled under the pressure of the water and the wind. So the roads are impassable. Some areas are still flooded, and there are utility poles in some sections of the road, trees. The residents, though, they're quite resilient, so they have been on the road all morning trying to clear sections of the road. On Tuesday, though, we were basically marooned. We're not able to leave the Treasure Beach area because a lot of trees blocked the road. So we're in Treasure Beach all day yesterday. And I think for us, we started to feel the brunt of the storm from around Monday night and all day Tuesday. Heavy rain, extremely strong winds. We're not able to leave the room for most of the day, basically. You could hear the zinc and parts of people's roof, just falling in the wind, the whistling, the howling. At some point, water was coming from the walls. I don't even know how to explain it. I was looking to see where the water was coming from, but it is just so hard to explain. The rain was just so intense, and we got over 24 hours of rainfall. Just being in the Treasure Beach area. For the most part, no, everyone in southern St. Elizabeth is without electricity, no water in some areas, no connections. You can't receive calls, you can't send out calls. I know lots of people, they are concerned about their relatives in the other parts of the island, especially in western Jamaica, because they have not been in contact with them. We tried to go to Black River earlier this morning because we were told that a section of the bridge, well, the bridge is non-existent. The bridge that would take you from Black River into Treasure Beach, that bridge collapsed. I heard that pedestrians can go across, but motor vehicles cannot go across. We were trying to go there, but the Fullers Wood main road is impassable. Waist high water. We're trying to go through, but we had to make a U-turn, and that's how we ended up in Junction, still, searching, going through, trying to find connection. It is almost apocalyptic. It's just so much hard to describe. The people, as I said earlier, they're resilient and they're just grateful. They're grateful for life. Grateful for life. I know most of the coastal persons who are living extremely close to the coast. Most of their properties, they have lost roofs, and the storm surge came in. It's going to take some time before a lot of these people recover, especially those who still are recovering from Hurricane Beryl, and to have Hurricane Melissa now causing such severe damage. So we're here underground, and we'll have some more updates for you. I mean, the connection is unstable, so we'll try our best to get some more updates to you as soon as possible. But for now, it's back to you in studio.
Thank you so much, Kalisha. We are actually appreciative of what you have been able to send us so far. We go now to a story of hope on the border of St. Elizabeth and Manchester. Even in their own misery, residents pulled together to assist a businessman whose establishment was damaged during the storm, or rather the hurricane. Antonia Atkinson has the details.
What you know as one of the favorite seafood hotspots here in St. Elizabeth, the Oswald Seafood Place, is not what you know it to be right now. As I take you around the corner, you will see exactly the impact Hurricane Melissa had on it. Now, as we enter the restaurant, it's normally covered, but right now there's no roof. Community members are here to help the owner as we will speak to him to see how exactly the impact has left him.
I feel bad in it, but I have to take it. And I can't control it. I'm preparing right now. I'm starting at it right now. Tomorrow I'm getting at it. I'm going to pull it down and start business. So I want it fast as ever. So I get enough workman for it. And by Sunday, I want it in a business.
I'm surrounded by seagrass here at Oswald, something a lot of persons are not fond of. Now this right here, speaking with the owner, Mr. Oswald himself, he mentioned that this served as an act of God.
Now the seagrass helps. It brings grass. So without the grass, maybe nothing is on there.
Yeah. They say seagrass is helpful.
Yeah, seagrass is wonderful to me. I don't know who else but me glad for seagrass.
As you can see behind me, community members here at the Oswald restaurant, they're here helping Mr. Oswald, and I had to ask them, why did they come to help Mr. Oswald?
We want the players to get back quick for the food has stopped. You understand? The food store down bad. And we can't afford for that. For me, myself picking if we go back to school and someone is straighten up. So we just get everything together quick. We don't mind as possible. We get everything straightened up by Saturday.
As you heard from community members, it is not just Mr. Oswald that will need your help. This, as St. Elizabeth, was one of the most affected areas. So if you can help someone, please reach out and help. I'm Anthony Atkinson, reporting for TVJ News.
Now, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness toured areas impacted by Hurricane Melissa in St. Elizabeth today.
A significant number of buildings were damaged. On the ground, the impact is even more palpable. Right now, we are standing in close proximity to the Black River Hospital, and that has been totally destroyed, along with several other buildings, including historic buildings, churches, courthouse, the parish council, and other older heritage buildings have been destroyed. It is going to be a massive task to rebuild Black River, this historic town. But while it is destroyed, we can vision a future of it rising stronger and better. Because the truth is that many of the buildings were not properly located in the first place. They were in vulnerable areas. We will now take the opportunity to properly reorganize the town and to build back even stronger.
Now, our reporter Kirk Wright toured St. Elizabeth by air. You don't want to miss that. We have that and more after the break.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
Small business owners and independent contractors get affordable insurance with Sagicor Pro Shield. The time by Sagicor Life is.
An essential tip for meat preparation. Brought to you by
top quality meat, frozen veg, seafood and processed meats at affordable prices.
Nation's choice, always your best value.
Poultry. Remove skin for healthier meals, but keep some on during cooking to retain moisture. That was an essential tip for meat preparation. Brought to you by
top quality meat, frozen veg, seafood and processed meats at affordable prices.
Nation's choice, always your best value.
Okay, I see you. Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off, shake off. Let me see you rock off, rock off. Let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Lucasade, bring the energy.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. We go back to St. Elizabeth now, where the police high command was also in the parish. Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake and his team assisted to clear roads blocked by trees. The commissioner met with the police from the Black River Police Station, which was damaged during the storm. Preliminary assessments are being made so that refurbishment can begin. The police say despite the unfortunate circumstances, they continue to do their best to ensure law and order as the parish recovers from Hurricane Beryl. Now, our reporter Kirk Wright got a first-hand look at the widespread destruction from above during the aerial tour of the affected areas and now joins us live with the latest. Kirk, what did you see?
Thank you very much. Now, I listened to my colleague's report from St. Elizabeth, and she used the word like devastated, decimated, and I'm thinking, can I coin a different word to describe the devastation I saw? And then I had the opportunity to see from the skies, and I can tell you, almost every roof was affected. Some were completely blown off, parts of some blown off, and you could see the roof material and things from the house, furniture scattered all over the hillside, because a lot of these houses are in the hills. So even the ones in the valleys weren't spared. It was just like the hurricane took the houses.
And we're seeing it now, Kirk. If you can talk us through it, yes.
That's part of St. Elizabeth. I think that's South St. Elizabeth,
right,
closer to Black River. Now it was just pure devastation, and the trees. The hurricane did, serious things to the trees. Nothing was spared, Janela. Everything got a touch of. People say that Hurricane Beryl is a baby to Hurricane Melissa. And that is true. As it relates to electricity, when we spoke with the president of the JPS today, he was shocked. He said the poles, some of the poles, the strongest poles in place, are some of the ones that folded. So he too was shocked because he too did an aerial view. I asked how soon, he expect that, parts of St. Elizabeth and the other parts of the country would get back electricity, and he was not able to say because he said, it's too much. He would need to do a greater assessment before he can give a timeline or anything of the sort. We also toured Sangster International Airport. Sections of the roof in the older part of the building has been damaged. Roof caved in and, causing the parts of the floor to be flooded. Exactly what you're looking at. So a section of the airport will be closed, but the minister insists that the airport has to be open as soon as possible to start taking in relief supplies so people can at least, get back to some, semblance of normalcy.
All right. Thank you so much, Kirk. Are we getting a bite here? No? Yeah? This is it?
No,
all right. Thank you so much, Kirk, for that comprehensive report from the skies. Now, meanwhile, power and communications remain down in Westmoreland, making it difficult for residents to reach loved ones. Shamela Pullen has our story.
Hurricane Melissa turned main roads into rivers, toppled light poles and power lines, and uprooted countless trees. Debris littered streets and homes, leaving neighborhoods in chaos. Perhaps evidence of the hurricane's fury can be seen here at the police station. The courthouse was destroyed, and Manning's High School suffered near to total devastation. Even gas stations were heavily damaged. Members of the fire department say their hands have been full responding to emergencies across the parish.
In St. James, we have been responding to rescues in the Santa Cruz area, Junction, Black River, and for Black River, most of the buildings in the township would have lost their roofs. In Westmoreland, we have also been responding to rescues across the parish, Whitehall, in Negril, and also Red Ground. Most of the buildings have lost their roofs. We have one death reported in Negril, and in Hanover, we have one death reported where a house overturned and a young man.
In Negril, persons described their experience when the hurricane made landfall as traumatic and unforgettable.
We went through Barra last year at home up in Green Island in the bush, and we learned a lot from that because those were 80-mile-an-hour winds, and we were very concerned when we heard of the gusts getting up to 160 to now, I guess, over 185. So we sheltered in Negril. We were fortunate in that we were able to shelter in a spot that had multiple layers of concrete wall. We spent 7 hours under a bed behind those concrete walls, sheltered underneath with ropes attached in the event that the roof was lost.
It was my fourth hurricane, but I didn't expect it to be as severe as it was. I'm telling you, like, my neighbor, that house over there, you see right there, he went a while ago, it has been there for about 45 years. And yesterday when I saw the top come off of it, I couldn't believe it. Most of my damage is from my neighbor's trees, which I'd asked him to fix, and that's pretty much it. But Nicole is devastated, as you can see. Really devastated.
In the aftermath, the parish has begun the slow and painstaking process of recovery. The buzz of chainsaws filled the air as some residents tried to clear fallen trees and debris. Meanwhile, officials continue to assess the full extent of the damage. They also urged residents to remain cautious as recovery efforts continue.
Most of the utility poles along the roadways, especially in Westmoreland, probably about 50% of them are down. While they have been de-energized, we are still calling on residents to be very careful while traversing the roadways and, try not to get entangled with any of these wires. We know it's going to take some time before the current is restored, but in the meanwhile, we encourage personnel to stay as safe as possible, stay out of flooded waters.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
A daybreak in Manchester revealed some devastating damages across the parish. Romano Lyons has our story.
A clear blue sky smiles over Manchester for the first time in over 2 days. But on the ground for many, the sun is shining light on mind-boggling damage. For 60 years, Betty Brown called Alligator Pond home. In fact, her veranda used to be right here where I'm standing. But yesterday, more than half of the house was taken by the sea.
I'm back run out. We couldn't see nothing. The bed gone, the guests are gone, and the house gone. And some of my clothes gone. Like the bed, go to my cousin and shelter, my cousin, the water can't move.
So were you in the house at the time when it was breaking?
I come in the house and I run out same time because I couldn't get to see it, and I run out.
While the sea smashed into concrete, vibrations of earthquake proportions, panic, terror, and heart-racing fear. Her life flashed before the tides.
I'm not away to sleep. They're on the face right now, but I'm not put on me. Do you understand? I got me left everything in trust. If you become me that dead, I'm gone, so I feel I enjoy myself, I see my life because I not John, because I'm in the house, I'm gone. The John, me that John, I meet people never that John.
At another section, the view from the sky tells the story of a narrow miss for the community, which was listed as a high-risk area ahead of Melissa. Other people living in the community brushed by the sea say it was an experience like no other.
For how high the sea was, everybody thinks the house gone because my nephew start crying. And I said, do God, help we, because I alone can help we in this because it's the first time experiencing something like this.
I thought the world was coming to an end, man. It was crazy, it was harder. It was real, it was like at the end of the world. It was like, 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 it was You know, all we had to do was to pray, and we couldn't even come outside.
In a community called Turnatop, more devastation. This was a 3-bedroom home that held a family together, but now it's total despair.
When me inside, me see when the top going down, go so rocks on it goes, so then it just zip over, so and then the ceiling just come right down for me. I have to run out, I have to tear through the door and run out. And just keep moving, and so the wheels are going, everything just go over. On this side, they just go straight over everything, so that they're going up over there.
This road is called Mayhill. It's a route used by taxi drivers and some residents to get to Alligator Pond in Manchester. From what we're hearing now and what we're seeing, it's impossible.
Yeah, Lane Road, devastated, bad. Water is about 10 feet or more. So nobody come here, so like them want to try to go across it, don't try it. Don't test it, because you're going to drown. So from now, anybody where come, don't cross Lane Road.
It is 1 mile and zone lock off with water. Water come up to people's house, backseat. So, brother, I tell you, it's the worst thing we never see from a barn.
It seems this police vehicle is trying to brave the waters to get to a different location. We're not sure if it's going to work out. And as you can see, it didn't work out. The vehicle is now reversing. So more signs are a bigger warning that this road is impassable. The night before, cars turned into boats.
A vehicle was in front of me, so I was following behind that vehicle. And I see the vehicle going through, but all of a sudden I see the vehicle start float. So I stop, catch a reverse, and the vehicle won't go down reverse until the water start taking my vehicle. And it take it away from both sides to a light post. And when I do get out of my vehicle and come out of the water was under my arm. Breeze. Rain from Sunday night straight through. The storm now hit me hungry from yesterday. From Sunday night I can't come out nor nothing.
I'm here with Mr. Ellis in Spur Tree, Manchester, right?
Yeah, on Spur Tree, yeah.
Property was badly damaged. He's giving us a tour. All right, so Mr. Ellis, you can go.
All these zinc blow away. Everything. See this stuff? Yes. Yeah, but a lot of hardware stuff. You see there? A lot of hardware stuff. Mostly tile fittings. See the door, expensive door. So everything went up, you know.
And we go over to Hanover, where our reporter, Kimberly Petty, spoke with a resident who lost her home.
I am in Phoenix Town, Hanover. Behind me, as you can see, is a house that would have collapsed. So TVJ News understands that there were 4 persons living in this, which was once a dwelling. 2 children, one 13 years old and the other just 1 year old. So looking at the equipment and all the things that would have been in this house, the furniture, I am seeing a television. There's a gas tank behind me. I have seen uniforms, books, and which is a clear indication that this family will need help starting over again. We spoke to the owner of this dwelling, and she gave us further details as to what would have transpired.
Disaster, house gone, fire gone, shop front, the house front on us again gone off.
Where were you when the house collapsed?
Now I'm building up there, sir, for my son.
Is it that you were worried that it would collapse, so you would have evacuated and went to your son's house?
Yes. Yeah, man. We know trying to move out, you know. So we have to move out.
What you heard while Hurricane Melissa was making landfall yesterday?
But I'm not going to make them the sound. It's enough rain. I'm brave.
Were you scared?
Yeah. Everybody have been scared.
So when you came out and saw that your house was flat, talk to me yourself.
You must feel it. Yeah, man, I feel say gone, you know. Yeah,
How many
man.
persons were living in the house?
3, 4.
Any children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
So you're saying to go back to school anytime soon, you will need some help.
Yes.
What age group?
13 and 1.
So come now, give me an appeal, to the country, to the government. What do you want to take to start all over?
Want back money to build back one house.
Melissa really deal with the wicked and drastic around here, you know. You can see it. Road black, you can't even get to go where I go. Black in and out right now.
In all its glory here in Phoenix Town, Hanover. But the residents are not shining at all as they are devastated by what would have transpired yesterday into last night. Many have lost their homes, many have lost their livelihood, and so they're looking at how they will pick up the pieces and continue with their lives. Reporting here in Phoenix Town, Hanover, I am Kimberly Petty for TVJ News.
The business district of Montego Bay, St. James, having a major setback this evening after receiving a battering from Hurricane Melissa. Andrea Chisholm is in the second city and now reports.
A boat on dry land, vehicles in a makeshift harbor waiting to take sail. The paradox made possible by Hurricane Melissa. It's the first thing one sees when they enter St. James from the direction of Trelawney. The owner of Scaddy Seafood Restaurant, his workers and other fishermen are still traumatized.
This man me carry water. And I said the only thing somebody can help right now the government. Whole heap of loss. Whole of the restaurant broke down and the boat, a fisherman, and the boat busting at two.
In the business district of Montego Bay, St. James, stalls in ruins, livelihoods ruined. It's the story of vendors at the Old Shoes Market. Meet Tailor John. As his name suggests, he's a tailor.
Lose millions. Me start with a whole heap. Me lose. Look on bag over there, so.
Just moving.
What's this moving?
Why treat me terrible, because this is a big disaster we never expect, I never plan for it neither. That's what I say, because I plan for it, we move most of the things, but we never have to move. So I think it never looks so serious as the people want to take it, because they were very excited at the first, but they say Saturday, Friday, but on a Saturday, Friday, yes, what happened?
What how much you lose?
Where we lose, we not know, because we put things in loot all the shop, we don't know where we lose it.
They stole stuff from your shop?
Yeah, man, they shop them, them but the whole shop them and take all the things them out of people shop them. In the loot, in the rain. But in the morning they do it. I couldn't in the night, because it went terrible, so I don't know when them do it, but they do it.
And from one dilemma to another.
There's a lot of debris in the Charles Gordon Market. Vendors told me that the Barnett River overflowed its banks and flooded the market with waist-high water. And as you can see, the market is now roofless.
White, wicked, bad, worse than Gilbert. Gilbert, everything in normal, I can see the shop top, everything blow off. In Gilbert, I come see them young. Kingston I come from, so I stay in the middle down here right now, I can't move. Because I run in my shop, my foot mud up in my shop, mud up, everything mash up and wet up. So it's going to do some clean up, fix up. As they say, I sweep out around my shop, try to make it little bit,
Vendors are already in the rebuilding phase, and they're waiting patiently on the St. James Municipal Corporation to do their part as well. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
And we have started to receive images of the damage done to infrastructure in Trelawney. Several communities remain flooded, while some residents have lost the roofs to their homes. Sections of the parish remain without power, while access to telecommunications has also been impacted. The Jamaica Public Service, JPS, says the country's electricity grid sustained major damage during Hurricane Melissa, leaving thousands without power. JPS's president and CEO, Hugh Grant, says restoration will be a challenging process as crews work to rebuild sections of the network that were heavily affected.
I would say I took a look at our transmission facilities that's going through the mountains and very challenging terrain, connecting the eastern part to the central part to the western part of the island. Transmission facilities, these are high voltage facilities that are the backbone of the system. And I must say, what I just witnessed was just devastation. Currently, we have more than 70% of our transmission facilities out of service. This is facilities west of the Duane substation in Kingston, and I'm literally seeing some of our steel lattice structures twisted, whereby the top of the structure is twisted and dislodged from the bottom of the structure. And here I'm saying steel lattice structure, not wooden poles. That is just evidence in terms of the devastation that we're seeing in regards to the damage here. This will take a tremendous amount of resources. Frankly, we're going to look to get additional help from overseas and additional equipment in order to facilitate a safe and timely restoration.
Is that bad?
It is that bad. And I have seen damage before based on my experience in New York and facing hurricanes. What I've seen here, I've never seen this type of devastation.
Now, the Office of Utilities Regulation, OUR, has approved an initial drawdown of the US $5 million from the Electricity Disaster Fund for the Jamaica Public Service Company Limited. The funds will help JPS quickly mobilize resources for restoration after Hurricane Melissa. It's now time for a break. Our coverage returns when we come back.
Hi, now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC.
A proud breast cancer survivor, and I live to serve God and serve others. June 2022, I was told that I am diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. I did 8 cycles of chemo and a lumpectomy. As you know, healthcare is very expensive, especially cancer treatment. But the Sagicor Life Triple Protector plan I had went a far way in helping with my treatment and surgery. Based on my experience, I have introduced critical illness plan to everyone. This is a benefit that you get once you're diagnosed, once you're alive. The benefit is there for you.
My name Lionel. And after a hurricane, everybody want them things lined up on them light back quick. You understand that? But power restoration is a process. First, we check the big plants and main transmission lines. If them down, nobody can get power. Then, we restore the essential places, hospitals, water, airport and such. Next is the major community lines, the one that power hundreds of homes one time. Last, we reach the smaller lines that serve individual streets. Rushing can cause damage or hurt someone, so we follow protocol and keep it solid.
HEART's Skills on Demand portal connects skilled professionals with employers. The time by Heart and STA Trust is...
Hi, now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking.
Every school is free of unhealthy, ultra-processed products. You know, those high in salt, fats, and sugar. If only that weren't a dream. The reality is that many children have an unhealthy diet at school, and 23% of them are overweight or obese. This can lead to hypertension, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Let's protect our children's right to health with a policy for schools that prevents unhealthy food marketing and ensures access to nutritious foods. The time is now. Let's implement the National School Nutrition Policy. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and partners.
And welcome to our special coverage of Melissa in the aftermath. We move to the eastern side of the island. It was not spared the brunt of Hurricane Melissa. Anthony Lugg was in Portland and St. Mary and filed this report.
From the Rio Grande Valley to Manchonil, Portland, the story is the same. Roofs peeled off, crops destroyed, and landslides.
Auntie Melissa, I don't know nothing that is good, but the next thing, we have to just give God thanks. We have life, that is the greatest thing.
Traveling into St. Mary, the trail of devastation continued. Heavy rains and intense winds triggered flooding, while landslides sent massive boulders tumbling in some areas. That aside, it's scenes like these which have left some residents concerned about the future of the country's food security. Farms have been ravaged by Hurricane Melissa. Take a look at this aerial view of one of the largest banana farms in the island. It's early days yet, but already some farmers are carrying out assessments.
Banana is a delicacy, whether they're green or ripe. Many Jamaicans enjoy them even as byproducts, as chips. But after Hurricane Melissa, only a few are standing. I'm now in the Jamaica Producers Farm in St. Mary, one of the largest producers of bananas in the country, and this farm has been significantly impacted. It's clear that in a matter of days, Jamaicans could be feeling the pinch.
We then tried to make our way to the junction. That journey required great skill, as fallen trees and other debris littered the roadway. But we didn't make it far. By the time we got to Friendship Gap, delays. Motorists and residents looked on as representatives from the National Works Agency worked tirelessly. The task, some big, enforcement had to be called in.
And we all pitch in as a community. We have a truck, we have a van, we have cars. It's like a motorcade of persons coming with cutlass, shovel. We have a saw, the power saws, and the manpower.
So traffic has come to a standstill here in the Friendship Gap area in St. Mary. Motorists have been stuck in traffic for more than 2 hours in some cases as they wait for these heavy-duty equipment to remove a fallen tree from outside the roadway.
I'm very frustrated and I want to leave, but can't.
I want to call my colleague, but I can't call. There's no signal, so I just have to wait and have patience.
Eventually we made it through, but not without challenges. In the hills of St. Andrew, landslides and boulders say it all. And by all indication, persistent rainfall in the area could cause more damage. As the cleanup continues, the eastern parishes stand battered but determined. Though Hurricane Melissa made landfall to the west, the reach and wrath were felt in the east, a stark reminder that no corner of the island was left untouched. Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.
The political representatives in Western St. Thomas say while the parish might have been spared the worst of Hurricane Melissa, but several communities were impacted by flooding. We have more in this report from Jamila Maitland.
Furniture and appliances line a section of Blacksmith Lane in Seaforth, St. Thomas Wednesday morning.
Yo, gone. Big yard, mash up.
Residents were forced to spring into action on Tuesday after the Johnson River overflowed its banks. 3 houses are directly threatened by the river, but Member of Parliament James Robertson says other homes are in danger.
If we lose this spot, meaning as you hear it crumbling, because whilst you're here, a lot fell into the river, we're going to have many more homes lost.
He says the community is not informal. Blacksmith Lane is located off the Seaforth Main Road. It has street lights and proper road network.
These residents were never living on a riverbank. They were in stable areas, and we now need massive river training.
Residents of Danvers Pen in Trinityville also want river training for the Negro River. On Old Road, water rushed through the community, pushing over sandbags, opening doors, and settling in yards. On Wednesday, Councillor Dean Jones provided care packages, but the residents only cared about the river.
Come on, from away. I see the tea, me not drink from man. Take the tea. And we have to buckle this.
Again.
Over.
It have to fix. It have to fix. Yeah, man.
Well, the problem is that is the red tape. Is the procurement process that it has to go through.
Mr. Jones revealed that $30 million was allocated by the Prime Minister. However, he wasn't able to provide the status of the project.
As a councillor, along with the Member of Parliament, we have made several representations to the Ministry, to National Work Agency, and today we have not seen anything.
When TVJ News called the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, we were unsuccessful. We were told, however, that communication has been significantly impacted in the parish following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
Residents in Clarendon are rallying together to help return the parish to some semblance of normalcy in the immediate hours after the passage of Hurricane Melissa. We have the details from Dwayne Anderson.
On Monday and Tuesday, Melissa showed Jamaica its destructive powers. But Wednesday was Jamaicans' turn to show their power, the power of unity and resilience. From Maypen to as far as Crooked River District, residents toiled to clear roads and clean their neighbors' yards. Some used machetes and shovels, others used power tools and tractors.
Man, I work for a morning, brother. I work for government. You know, so I clear road for government. Aye, so you know what time it is. I work for him for a morning.
Why you decide to come out and do this?
Not to clean up the road, man, that everybody can move. Suppose somebody take sick or whatever to move. We have to try to save life, you know, don't it?
So now help yourself?
Yeah, but we help ourselves, man. I want the government to help with too.
In total, this volunteer group cleared 6 roads by mid-afternoon on Wednesday.
The word with you today is volunteerism. You know, if more persons can come out and volunteer to help, because we know the catastrophic event that this hurricane brought on us. So we really and truly have to come together as a community to help ourselves.
This was about everybody come together, hands and heart. We could have moved to the hand, but it did too much for us. The tractor is here now, I'm glad for that.
In many areas, trees hug roads, converting the thoroughfares to single-lane traffic. Fallen rocks also punctuated stretches. In places like Ballards River and New Roads, we observed several houses without roofs. Residents, they do not know how to restart.
It's wicked, because right now half of my house they are growing up there, your house stop. Right now. And see other people around the place, see my virgin house over there, so see, as you can look, you can see top. No top, the top gone. Behind you up there, so same way. Everywhere you look, man.
Disaster, destruction.
Disaster, man. Destruction, brother. Mash up, brother. Mash up. Me give God thanks still, because me can't live in a full house up there. Me have 300 people in a cove up there. And they did the same way. I survive, you understand?
Farmers' cries are also similar.
Every sector has been touched by the passage of Hurricane Melissa here in Clarendon. This was once a thriving banana field. Now there are more banana trees on the ground than there are standing. And to make it more frustrating for the farmer, he had just recovered from the passage of Hurricane Beryl a few months ago. Big damage. So which part you go start, you know? How you go start back over? Well, just start all over again. Just that there's nothing I can do about it more than just start over.
We saw multiple JPS crews doing assessments throughout the parish. Their workload will also be heavy. Dozens of utility poles bow towards the streets or into people's homes. And inside those homes, thousands of residents are now without power, cut off from the outside world, waiting even as their loved ones wonder if they are well. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
Severe flooding has increased the risk of exposure to contaminated water mixed with sewage, posing a danger particularly for children. Shamela Pullen tells us more in the Health Report.
The Health Report is brought to you by
Tetley Super Teas, packed with vitamins and chamomile to calm you down. Tetley, a tea for everyone.
Floodwaters often contain sewage, chemicals, and other contaminants which can carry infectious agents like bacteria, viruses, and parasites.
These children are at risk of developing waterborne diseases, as well as gastrointestinal diseases, resulting in vomiting and diarrhea. Waterborne diseases including cholera, and other infectious diseases, leptospirosis as well. Another risk that they are exposed to is the emergence of vector-borne diseases or further increase in vector-borne diseases, such as dengue or malaria.
Children are particularly vulnerable because they might be tempted to play or wade in the water, increasing their risk of exposure. Health officials warn that these illnesses can cause serious long-term complications.
These children, when afflicted, become significantly dehydrated. And if they are not attended to early, then it can lead to death. And especially in the time of hurricane, when access to hospital and health centers is already limited, then it presents even or compounds even the risk even greater.
While medical treatment is available, prevention remains the most effective protection.
Children usually present with vomiting and diarrhea. And so one of the first line treatment is rehydration. So these children usually require assessment, first of all, at the health centers or at the hospital, so that the degree or the severity of the illness can be determined. And so the mode of rehydration can also be determined from that. Whether we're going to rehydrate them using oral route by them drinking fluids, or if we have to admit them and give them fluids through the vein.
Children are encouraged not to go outside until it is declared safe to do so. With your health report, I'm Shamela Pullen, wishing you good health.
The Health Report is brought to you by
Tetley Super Teas, packed with vitamins and chamomile to calm you down. Tetley, a tea for everyone.
Now, ahead of responses to our feedback question, Dion Jackson Miller is here to give us a preview of what's coming up in all angles right after primetime news. Dion?
And Janella, in fact, we were in the field today as well. We were in St. Anne. We also went to Trelawney in St. Anne, where so many of the light posts are down. People are asking when they're going to get light again. In Trelawney, we spent most of the time at a small community called Zion. It's on what we call captured land. And we were passing and just seeing these mounds in the community and say, hold on, are those houses? And they were the remains of houses. A lot of people live in wooden houses, and all those houses have collapsed. They're just absolutely no more. So we're going to be hearing their stories in all angles coming up right after primetime news at 8:30.
I'm actually happy you went to Trelawney because it has been such a challenge getting there. So we are looking forward to what you came up with over there in Trelawney as well as St. Anne. It's now time for responses to our feedback question. And this evening we are asking, is it up? How has Hurricane Melissa's impact affected you on your community? Our first comment comes from Jadine, who says, anxiety all day, haven't heard from my family and friends. We have another comment, and it comes from Paulette, who says, I am from Savlamar and I cannot get in touch with any one of my family members since yesterday morning, and the videos I am seeing about the devastation down there is frightening. And Nicola says, I am traumatized. I don't want to experience anything like this again. That's it. Again, we're asking, how has Hurricane Melissa's impact affected you or your community? You can keep those comments coming. Facebook.com/Television Jamaica or on X at TVJ News Center. The Business Day and news from overseas are after the break. Please stay with us.
No central bank meets its inflation target all the time. But when the target is missed, the reasons should be things that the bank cannot control. You know, oil price go up, hurricane come, there's a drought. You get what I mean. In Jamaica, although BOJ work hard to achieve the inflation target of between 4 and 6% and keep price increases low, stable and predictable most of the times, sometimes temporary events can cause inflation to be higher than the target. Remember that our country depends on imports like oil, and Jamaica is prone to things like hurricane and long periods of little or no rain. Not to mention that this thing named climate change is making the weather more unpredictable. It's good that BOJ monitoring these things to try and limit their effect on inflation.
Need a little extra this Christmas? Infinity Cooperative Credit Union has the solution with our Infinity Merry Money promotion. Whether it's sprucing up your home, upgrading your car, or covering holiday expenses, we've got you. From October 10 to December 15, borrow $500,000 or more and you can be entered to win your share of $500,000 in cash prizes. Get the money you need and make your Christmas truly merry with Infinity Merry Money promotion. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
My name Lionel. And after a hurricane, everybody want them things lined up and them light back quick. You understand that? But power restoration is a process. First, we check the big plants and main transmission lines. If them down, nobody can get power. Then, we restore the essential places, hospitals, water, airport and such. Next is the major community lines, the one that power hundreds of homes one time. Last, we reach the smaller lines that serve individual streets. Rushing can cause damage or hurt someone, so we follow protocol and keep it solid.
Turn your big-ticket credit card purchases into flexible, bite-sized monthly payments at a lower interest rate with Scotia Select Pay.
The Time by Scotiabank is...
The Business Day on Wednesdays, brought to you by...
I'm glad Mommy opened a Sagicor Bank Star Savers account for me. It's the best gift she could ever give me.
It's now time for the Business Day. Humanitarian flights could begin coming to Jamaica as early as Thursday. That's according to Transport Minister Daryl Vaz. Mr. Vaz was speaking to journalists after touring the Sangster International Airport in St. James.
From all indications, after discussions with the JCAA and AAJ and the hub operator, that we should be in a position to get the airport back reopened as early as this afternoon. They will finish their assessment and report back to me within an hour and a half, and the country and the world will be told. That is immediately for relief flights, which we have a number of requests pending, and secondly, commercial operations. I've indicated to them that that is priority. There are people that we need to get out. There are people who are here stuck as tourists and locals who are here on vacation that want to go back. And there's a lot of anxious Jamaicans and other persons who want to help that want to get in.
Now, cleanup operations at the Sangster International Airport got underway earlier today. Minister Vaz says there was flooding. However, the damage to the actual facility was minimal. Meanwhile, he says the Norman Manley International Airport remains closed. As for the Ian Fleming Airport in St. Mary, the minister says an assessment will be done and a report provided on Thursday. Kingston Wharves Limited, KWL, says it has faced minimal disruptions and teams are working to restore full functionality while ensuring the safety and readiness of facilities. The terminal and warehouses are being prepared to resume operations tomorrow at 7 a.m. And that's the business news. When we come back, international developments.
The Business Day on Wednesdays, brought to you by...
I'm glad Mommy opened a Sagicor Bank Star Savers account for me. It's the best gift she could ever give me.
Catch it early. Don't make it fall. Don't drop the ball.
Early detection can save your life.
Catch it early. Get screened for breast cancer today. Do your self-examination regularly. And schedule your mammogram.
Make sure you're prepared.
With Satchit for Life critical illness insurance.
Don't drop the ball.
One packet, water, and flavor for everyone. That's how easy it is to make Tang, the drink that refreshes and fits every moment. With 12 flavors, vitamins, and fewer calories, Tang knows how to make any day better. Because Tang isn't just a drink, it's something to share. Tang, the flavor that brings people together.
Welcome back to News Overseas. Hurricane Melissa has moved off Cuba and is headed for the Bahamas. Melissa is now a Category 2 hurricane with winds of 100 miles an hour. It's tracking to the northeast at 14 miles per hour. Its time over Cuba has drained some of its power, but Melissa remains a formidable hurricane that's still generating torrential flooding, rain, and strong winds. Hurricane-force winds continue to pound parts of Cuba, while Melissa's tropical storm-force winds start to stretch further into the Bahamas. The hurricane is forecast to track between or potentially over two of the Bahamas Islands Wednesday afternoon and evening. Hurricane warnings are in effect for the central and southeastern Bahamas. We take another break now, but when we come back, sports.
Every school is free of unhealthy, ultra-processed products. You know, those high in salt, fats, and sugar. If only that weren't a dream. The reality is that many children have an unhealthy diet at school, and 23% of them are overweight or obese. This can lead to hypertension, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Let's protect our children's right to health with a policy for schools that prevents unhealthy food marketing and ensures access to nutritious foods. The time is now. Let's implement the National School Nutrition Policy. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and partners.
When we started this company, we were focused on helping people find their way. And when it comes to critical illness and life insurance, we're all about helping people find a way to live more. Like our JN Life Aid that covers your first diagnosis and is there in case of a second occurrence. That's how much we're invested in you living your life. Welcome to the art of living insurance from JN Life.
Arms house, Rastaman say arms house.
ATMs in rural Jamaica, but it's more like AT-empty.
I got the card, receipt, but no cash.
I just have to try if I can check another machine.
Out of service.
You have at least 5 to 6 machines, and sometimes only one working.
The Bank of Jamaica has service standards, but are the services below standard?
The problems that people are experiencing at ATM.
The banks respond to concerns, customers eager for change.
One ATM is not good enough for guys.
Digital deserts, pain at rural ATMs. Premiering Thursday, October 30, 2025 at 8:30 p.m.
Lights, camera, vibes. Get into the groove with TVJ's entertainment lineup. Your front row pass to the hottest shows, celebrity buzz, cultural gems, and the store is shaping Jamaica's entertainment scene. From music and fashion to laughter and lifestyle, we bring the flair, the fun, and the flavor you love. It's bold, it's Jamaican, it's must-watch TV only on TVJ.
Picture this. You're on a beach or in the mountains, perhaps a bar or at the salon, with the world at your fingertips. That's one spot. Multiple channels, music, drama, entertainment, news and sports, pay-per-view and video on demand. Download the app, sign up, and boom. So what are you waiting for? Now more than ever, make that connection. One Spot is your Jamaican app on the go, and did I say it's free in Jamaica?
Drama. Verdict. 6 Caribbean countries send their best chefs to plead their case in the region's ultimate cooking showdown, Maggie Food Court Caribbean. Which Caribbean country has the best chef? Who will walk away with the $10,000 award? All rise for the Maggie Food Court Caribbean Season 5. Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Repeat on Wednesdays at 1:30 p.m. on TVJ.
Since 1950, you've turned to us for the stories that matter, the headlines that shaped the nation, and the moments that brought us together. For 75 years, your trust has been our greatest privilege. You've welcomed us into your homes, your cars, and your lives. As Radio Jamaica celebrates another milestone, we do so with a renewed sense of purpose and commitment to serving you, the Jamaican people. We remain active for the good of our nation. Salute to #Boss Radio, Jamaica's heartbeat, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Radio Jamaica 94 FM, celebrating 75 remarkable years of connecting generations, preserving legacies.
Black Friday Frenzy, November 27 to 29. Don't miss out. Sign up your store today at www.bffjamaica.com.
Sports headlines brought to you by.
Start your journey with a JN Small Business Loan with small business loans as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com.
It's time now for our sports roundup.
The West Indies